Cheers and welcome my friends, I'm Harald Drak and this is the last episode of Fallout 4 the Pacifist, a conclusion if you so want. I am going to end this Let's Play series and I want to tell you about the reason why I'm doing that. When I started this game I started it blind, or nearly blind. I didn't know a lot about the game beforehand. I tried to not spoil myself. I read one interview in The Guardian with Todd Howard, with him saying you can complete a lot of the game without killing anyone. And thought, hey, this game is going to be like the old Fallout games, like the other Fallout games. So let's do something interesting and let's play a pacifist. Let's make a pacifist playthrough. So that's what I did. I started that. And yeah, some of you have pointed out it did decrease the quality of the Let's Play series sometimes because I had to find out a lot of stuff as a new player that might be painful to watch now in hindsight to anyone who actually knows the game. But at the time I didn't really know how this works. Also, I've learned a lot about Let's Playing and all that stuff in the past months. I haven't been doing that very long. Maybe today I would return and re-record these episodes, but I wanted to give a blind playthrough that was authentic in a way. So anyway, I started the game as a pacifist. I came out of the vault and went to Concord into the Museum of Freedom, and that was around episode 10, and went in there and found all these raiders that I had to fight, and I wanted to pacify them. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. So I went back, loaded a save in the vault and basically played up to that point again, because I wanted to do a different build. I started out with a charisma intelligence build and then I changed that to a charisma luck build, which I also posted a build video about, and thought I could solve that quest with that, because I was planning on taking the mysterious Stranger perk and the Ricochet perk. I think I had that already when I did that. And so from episode 11 on, you saw this build in action, and then something incredibly frustrating happened. I tried to pacify as many of these raiders as I could. Pacified I think 5 of 8 or something, and killed the others, which was fine because I thought, yeah, if you give them the chance to give up, it's okay. So I pacified them, and then I found out that there's no way that you can complete that quest without killing them. There's just no way. You can, yeah, obviously you can not do the quest, but somehow that creates a very weird narrative for me, a very odd narrative where you come out of the vault and your trustworthy house robot Codsworth tells you to go to Concord because there are people there that might help you find your son, and you decide to just not do that because whatever, mate. So I'm just going to go to Dynamite City, which I know nothing about because I'm just fresh out of the vault, but I'm going to do that anyway, just going to ignore all that stuff. That's odd, so I didn't do that. It seems that other people have suggested that I go straight to the railroad. I mean, I don't know what the railroad is at that point. How would I, in what narrative would that fit? That I just go and find straight the way to the railroad? That's just odd. Well, anyway, so it turned out that I cannot complete the quest in the Museum of Freedom in Concord without killing all these people that I have pacified before. And it's just, yeah, as I said in episode 12, it's just incredibly lazy not to check if those people were pacified. It's such a simple thing. Maybe let those guys run away or whatever. No, it's just not in there. It's just not not programmed. Alright, so I was incredibly annoyed by that. I gave it some time and thought about if I was going to continue the playthrough. And I finally decided to do it because maybe I thought this is just one case. Maybe it got overseen. I mean, it's very odd to oversee something that that big in one of the first quests you ever get. But okay, I thought I've not seen Diamond City. I haven't been very far into the game, so let's just give it another chance. So, and then I went to Diamond City, and had a lot of fun there. Diamond City is very well thought out. I really like that you can very distinctly see how the people live, what they eat, how they are being threatened by the Institute or by the synths, and how this is creating a lot of paranoia and an atmosphere of fear. And then I got another quest by the barkeep, by the owner of the only bar in the city, who wants to push the confidence of his friend, the DJ of Diamond City Radio, who is a very shy and timid person. And to do that, this barkeep, Vadim, had planned on instigating a fight between this DJ and some thugs he hired, and the player character, and basically wanted the DJ to win to boost his confidence. So that went down, and after that happened, the annoyed thugs decided to kidnap Vadim. And the DJ and me, we decided to get him back, to rescue him. So we went to this brewery where those thugs were hiding out. Turns out they are raiders. And our objective is clear. We have to rescue Vadim. So I go in there. I pacify as many people as I can. I'm being really sneaky. So I pacify about, let's say, 25% and kill 5% of the raiders, so the rest is still alive. And I reach Vadim, and he won't move. He won't budge. He won't say anything to me when I go to him. Although the way is free, I could just take him with me. We could leave there, and he would be rescued. No, he won't budge. So, recalling my experiences in the Museum of Freedom, I kill all the raiders. And finally, he decides to go. So that is how the game is going to play. Killing everyone is the only option to solve those quests. And yeah, I'm just not okay with that. Yeah, some of you are going to say, yeah, you don't have to do that quest, but what am I going to do in that game then? When there are quests upon quests where I have no way of solving them, just because I don't want to kill everyone, each and every person in my way. It's incredibly annoying. And so this is what happened. And then I was very frustrated. And one of you guys, Jake Berenger, one of my subscribers, suggested the permanent pacification mod, which is actually a good idea. So people that you pacify will become pacified permanently instead of turning hostile again after time, or if you go to a terminal and all that. And I thought, yeah, maybe this can fix it, but instead it has just shown the flaws of the game way more overtly than before, because if you do that and if you pacify everyone, not only does the game become incredibly easy, which is to be expected in a way, but it really shows that this is the only tool in your toolbox. When I started this Pacifist Let's Play, it was my goal to use every possible way to avoid violence, but turns out there's no way, and there are no tools in my toolbox besides this random chance-based pacification intimidation method that doesn't really work. Either. It's half-assed. So you intimidate someone, you get no experience points for it. You cannot loot that person, you cannot handcuff them or anything, and after a while they become violent again. So why would you do that? And in addition to that, you have to make yourself open, and instead of shooting, press the pacification button while having them in your crosshair. So you're getting only punished for doing that, for not killing everyone. And that's not how this should work. There's no karma system in this game anymore. And yeah, frankly, it's not an RPG. It's not an RPG. If you accept that it is a first-person shooter with RPG elements, then it's a rather good game. It's just not really a Fallout game. If you have a look at the older Fallout parts, you could do a lot of talking to get you out of difficult situations. You had a very intricate dialogue system. What do you have here? 4 options in everything, and it's just yeah, be mean, be friendly, ask more, or end the conversation. It's just not what I wanted, and it's not a role-playing game in that sense. You cannot elaborate your backstory. Your backstory is a given. You are either a war veteran if you play the male character, or you are a former lawyer if you play the female character, and that's it. That's just it. No way to have any influence on your backstory. And also during the game, you cannot elaborate on your backstory and create some sort of narrative by interacting with other people. If you have a look at Pillars of Eternity by Obsidian, and you play just the introduction chapter, the game gives you a lot of options to say something about your character by the dialogues, by the dialogue option that you are selecting yourself. You can weave a very interesting narrative just by doing that. It might not really change the game mechanics or the systems very much, but there's really some sort of a role-playing aspect in there that is completely lacking in Fallout 4. I'm very interested to see if Obsidian will do a Fallout game as well, like they did with Fallout New Vegas. I would be very interested to play that, to see how they can approach this, because the world that Bethesda built, aside from the weaknesses of the engine that they are using, the aging Gamebryo engine, that it's showing its age by now. It's really odd that you have to load every room and all that. It's just not state of the art anymore. But aside from that, they built a very interesting and fun to explore world. You have to hand them that. They are pretty good at doing that. I mean, it's not Morrowind level of detail and of background story and all that. But you have to face it, if you're going to voice over everything, you can just not do the same amount of backstory and stuff. Yeah, you can use books and all that, but Skyrim in a way was lucky that it could use such a rich background of material, so it felt way more fleshed out than Skyrim actually was, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, but this game, I've become so frustrated by it that it's not really worth it to play anymore. The Let's Play series won't be any good if I don't have any fun playing it. You're going to notice that in the commentary, and there are other people that are doing Let's Plays if you want to watch that. I'm not sure if Gamer in the Rye has continued on after episode 7 with his Pacifist Let's Play, Jesus Pacifist Let's Play. And then there's one guy who did a no-kill playthrough, the weirdest, which some of you would say that's a pacifist playthrough because he has no kills on his kill counter and played through the game. But I'm saying that's not a pacifist playthrough, and he said that himself in an interview that I think Kotaku did with him. it's really not a pacifist thing, because a pacifist playthrough is just not something that is wanted. This is a shooter game. Wouldn't really start Call of Duty or other shooters by with the premise of not killing anyone. It just doesn't really make any sense. But when I went into this game, I thought it would be an RPG that would allow me different solutions to situations and all that. But yeah, sadly it's not, and I'm not really interested in playing shooter games. I've played some shooters, of course I've played Counter-Strike like every other gamer to play in multiplayer. I've played the Bioshocks, and there are some interesting and very cool narrative experiences to be had from shooters, but gameplay wise I'm just not interested in that. I want to use my brains and to find different solutions and to tell a story about my character. And Fallout 4 is not allowing me to do that. But if you play it like a first-person shooter with RPG elements, it's fine for what it is. It's just not very Fallout. But yeah. So thank you very much for staying with me, especially if you watched to this conclusion episode. You have watched a lot of my videos, a lot of me stumbling around through the world and rambling. Thank you very much for that. Hope you stay with me on this channel, even though I'm going to end the series. I'm not going to do another Fallout 4 thingy yet. Maybe if I see a DLC come up, or patches, or even interesting mods that might change this in a meaningful way to really offer you other solutions than killing everyone, then I might jump back into it. If you've seen it, I've done another series, the Cannibal series, where I tried to change my premise by, instead of playing someone who doesn't kill anyone, I made Hannibal Lecter, who likes to kill everyone and eat their corpse. That was enjoyable for a bit, but I had to make some restrictions to make that interesting, and it wasn't that fun either. The game really isn't built for role-playing, for giving you the chance to play a role. You are the player character in this, and you have to be content with that. Even though it creates some ludonarrative dissonance at some point. You should find your son, because that's the backstory of the character you're playing, but as the player, you don't care about the son. You rather want to go crafting in Sanctuary or whatnot, or find that next gun and kill that next legendary enemy and all that. So yeah, but yeah, thank you for watching this. Thank you to everyone who commented. Comments have been very, very good at this series, pretty amazing actually, and also a lot of you subscribed. And I hope you stay true and follow me into other games that we're going to be playing. There are going to be other more RPG-like series on this game, on this channel, and I hope you stay for that. So thank you that you've been along for the ride, and bye bye.